Welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha, a podcast shared by David Roylance. This podcast is dedicated to guiding you to completely eliminate the discontent mind and the suffering it causes by attaining enlightenment. Learn and practice the teachings of Gautama Buddha that will guide you to fully attain a peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy. To support this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha or visit buddhadailywisdom.com, where you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online learning resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Now, here's our teacher to share more.
Sawadee Kap. Hello and welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Today is our group learning program, and I'll be guiding you in a breathing mindfulness meditation session. Afterwards, I'm going to open up to any and all questions that you guys have related to the path to enlightenment. You'll be able to ask questions whether you're in Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom. So welcome to all of you, whether you're joining for the first time or you're joining regularly. The way that we do our meditation is I start with some chanting to ease us into the meditation, and you're welcome to join along in this chanting if you know these chants, or if you'd like to see them, they're on our website at buddhadailywisdom.com. Just click on free books and then scroll down towards the bottom and you'll be able to see the daily chants there. After the chanting, I'm going to come in with some guidance. Then there's going to be a period of time where it's just quiet and we're all meditating together. Then we're going to come out of that with some more chanting. And then that's where I'll just open up to whatever questions you guys might have. So if you'd like to take a position, either seated, lying, or standing, these work really well for online learning. And then I'll go ahead and guide you in the meditation, and then we'll go from there. So welcome again to all of you guys. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Mahakawa Bhutang Mahakavanang Apivateyami Savakato Mahakavata Tammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Mahakavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Sanghang Namami Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti piso Mahakava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicacaranang Sammuno Sakato Rokavitu Anutero Purisa Dhamma Sati Satatawa Manusarang Bhutto Bhagavati. Okay, with the lower body and hands and arms comfortable, and the upper body erect. Just close the eyes and start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here you're just looking to establish the breath, a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. Not forced or controlled, just a gradual inhale through the nose, experiencing the full breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your breath may not match up with the guidance that I'm providing, and that's okay. This is your practice. I'm just here for guidance. You can use this voice as a reminder that whenever you get to the next inhale, breathing gradually through the nose, developing a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose, experiencing the full breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the breath well established, start fixating the mind on the breath, either the sound of the breath coming into the nose or the sensation of air moving over the skin into the nose. The breath is the present moment. Fixate the mind on the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the mind fixated on the breath, whenever you notice that it moves off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. No need to observe the thought, label it, judge it, analyze it, or even try to figure out where it's coming from. Whenever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. I'm going to be quiet now and let you do this work of focusing on the breath, cutting off and letting go anytime the mind moves off the breath. You have nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. No one needs you right now. This is your time to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Mahakava Bhutang Mahakavanhang Apivatehami Savakato Mahakavata Tammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Mahakavato Savaka Sankho Sanghang Namami Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Rasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti piso Mahakava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vichacharanang Sammuno Sakato Rokavitu Anutero Purisa Dhamma Sati Satatawa Manusanam Poto Bhagavati. Okay, if you guys would like to slowly make your way out of meditation. Once again, welcome to all of you guys. Nice to see everyone in class today. Welcome. Whether you're joining on Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, or maybe on the replay, welcome to everyone. What I'm going to do is open up to any and all questions that you guys have, whether you're in Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom. You can ask questions by putting those into the comment section, or if you're in Zoom, you can electronically raise your hand and ask any and all questions that you like. So it looks like Yusuf has his hand up. Go ahead, sir.
I first would like to say that even though that my craving for gold is so big, and like an hour ago I woke up, what would you call that sudden wake up and feeling down? What would you call that in your language?
I don't know that we have a word or phrase for that other than what you just said. But if you're feeling down when you wake up, it's because of some craving in the mind.
Yeah, what I was trying to share is, even though that an hour ago when I wake up, I was like so down, and my craving is so big, and my life is turning into the downside. But still, I am seeing things as wonderful, because now I can see my cravings very clearly regarding girls, and I can effectively or actively letting them go, even though they could be so strong. Like in the past, I wasn't able. So because of that, my questions regarding them, is actually either like a craving or something on the sides. Like I don't actually have that question that I am really confused about, and I don't have an idea of how to do it. The things that the leftovers on on this regard is, as I mentioned, like to you, the environment and how the environment puts things on me. So I was thinking about sending her like an invitation to lunch, maybe. Yeah, lunch. But then I thought it would be unacceptable in this environment, Islam and how I told you about like our country and what they do to the girls and this kind of stuff. So, do you have any comment on this environment thing? Like, should I try to go as their minds go, like this unenlightened beings? Like, I first maybe should get to know her, like show her my face, talk to her, getting her to know me, then inviting her because of my environment, or like it's fine if I were to do something that is harmless, then it's fine. No need to be confused about things. It's just like, see, is this harmful? Is this harmless? If it's harmless, then no need to be confused about, is this like the right way or the wrong way?
Yeah, what you just said is wise, because what you're talking about is gradually working towards getting to know somebody and gradually inviting them into be part of your life and for you to be part of their life. Whenever you're doing anything gradually like that, that's really helpful, because remember, the mind craves permanence. It doesn't like impermanence. It doesn't like change. So whenever you're looking to implement change, doing it gradually helps the mind. So you've got this woman who you're interested in, and if you were to just jump into her life and bam 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 bam, it's too quick, too sudden. So if you do it gradually like you talked about, that's really wise. And even there's something you can do where, like, say you're getting to know her a little bit, like you said, showing your face and showing up and being around her, even before you ask her out to lunch, right? Because that might be a big step from just seeing you and getting to know you to asking her out to lunch. There's kind of an intermediary step here where you could, after you've seen her a few times, you can say, how would you feel if someday I would invite you to lunch? And then she might say, oh, I would really like that. Or, oh, I don't think that would be very good, or whatever. So what you're always looking for in these kinds of situations is just to do things very slow, very incremental, very gradual, slowly working towards a goal of getting to know this person and sharing your life with this person. So wherever you can see, based on your wisdom of where you can do these little small incremental steps, that's what you would like to do.
So I saw that the wise thing to do here is, instead of putting like one girl as an interest, and this would turn into a craving because my mind would be thinking about her only, as she is only one interest in my mind. I thought of like putting more girls so that my mind does not get attached to thinking about only one, but like maybe putting 3 more that I have interest in, to get to know them, so that I can choose like who is the best for me, for my life. But so I have maybe 3 or 4 women that I have interest in them. I have it for the last 10 days. I haven't seen anyone in college. Like the classes we have are so into each other. Like I get this class, then after like 5 minutes I get that class, then after after this class ends I go to home. So there is actually no time for me to check around and see them. So that's why going slowly is maybe would end up and her maybe losing the interest or something. Like I have texted her like 4 days or 5 days ago, telling her that I will be showing and asking about her, but till now I haven't seen her. So the interest, that the curiosity, the interest in me for her would maybe go down until she forgets about I even do exist.
Well, it's only been 4 days, Yusuf. With your craving, you're going to want to hurry up and make things happen in a certain time frame. A woman will really appreciate, even a man too, would really appreciate doing things slowly, like I mentioned. But your craving is going to want you to hurry up and go do things. So in terms of having many women to be interested in and explore, I don't suggest you do that, particularly because of the way your culture is, because that can be viewed as you trying to play lots of different women. If I was you,
True.
there's no harm in being friendly with other women, but in terms of your interest in getting to know them as a potential partner, I would just do that with one woman at a time, because then your mind can fully focus on that one woman and you can understand that one woman and you can get to know them. And then if it's been 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever, and you're like, yeah, this one isn't going to work out, then switch to another one so you can focus. There's no harm in having friends, multiple friends that are females, but in terms of pursuing someone as a potential love interest or someone who you're going to romantically be involved in, I would just do that one at a time. Because what you said is you said you would like to explore many women at one time because you're trying to do it without craving. That's not what that's going to produce. And you've heard me share before, as long as you are moving in this direction to get a partner, and I'm sure at some point if you are married, you have sex and these kinds of things, there is going to be craving. You're not going to be able to eliminate a craving. You're not going to be able to get together with a potential partner and not have craving. You're going to have craving. It's a matter of managing your craving so that you don't, just kind of spew your craving all over the place and just do irrational things, but instead you learn how to restrain the mind and just gradually walk forward and developing a relationship with this person slowly.
Okay, so I noticed like in the last month, like our last meeting was a month ago, I think. After that, or like a few months ago, I don't remember. After that meeting, I was able to see that the mind did not have any question regarding girls for like a month and a half. There was like no actually question to ask because I was seeing everything clearly now. All that is needed is me letting go of the cravings, the shyness, the fear, the. So, but when I ask you more, I see that the mind is getting more open to this concept, like not only girls, but the relationships with the human beings and the way the mind functions and how I can get close to others. So, how would you say that maybe I can do? I thought of telling her that I saw you today, but wasn't able to speak to you. So, would you like for us to go to maybe lunch and bring your friend with you if you'd like? That's fine with you because I not see any time that I can go and talk to you, or I should go slowly because I see going slowly is something that is not very productive. And the way college in my country is, the days fly. Like we have started going to college like 2 weeks, and then the midterms are coming a week after. So and when the midterms are coming, there is like a month where we don't go to college just to study. So there's actually no time for me to get to know individuals in that time frame. So there needs to be something that I do would make me get to be with her and talking to her, like maybe, I don't know, quickly, maybe the right word here.
It's very wise to go slow, Yusuf. Your mind's not going to want you to do that, though. Your mind's going to want to hurry up and go, 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 go. What you just mentioned about inviting her and a friend out to lunch, this is wonderful. They do that here in Thailand, too, which they tend to be somewhat of a conservative environment in dating when they're first getting started in dating. This is a great way of spending time with the person you're interested in, but also getting to know her friends as well. And her friends get a chance to know you too, because when she's having problems with you, she's going to go to her friends and ask for help. And if her friends don't know you, you don't know what kind of advice she's going to get. But if you've been generous with her friends and taking her friends out to eat or out to a smoothie and you've gotten to know them too, Now, this is going to help you when it's time for her to have challenges and she needs to get help from her friends. You can take it slow. It's just that your mind's not going to want you to do it. It is very beneficial to do it slowly, because otherwise you're going to rush and you're going to make mistakes and unwise decisions, and it's just going to blow up on you. So I definitely suggest you take it slowly. Going out with her and her friends is very wise. That's going to make her feel more comfortable. It's going to give you an opportunity to see more of her life with her friends and give her friends a chance to meet you. That's going to be very wonderful for you.
I have a thought regarding taking her friend with us, which is that what if she thinks that I am not interested in her, that I am maybe interested in her friend?
That's where what you do is you do this very slowly, right? You might say, how would you feel if I invited you out to lunch? And, if I asked you to go out to lunch, how would that make you feel? And if she's like, oh, that would be fine. And then you might say, well, would you like to go out to lunch with just me, or would you like to bring one of your friends along? Right? So you give her the choice, because you can be comfortable either way. If it's just her or if it's her and her friends, you can be comfortable either way. So you just ask her questions and give her the opportunity to make the decisions. So now she's customizing this experience with you, and she's going to feel good about that because she's getting to make decisions, and you're providing her the opportunity to do that, rather than you just making all the decisions and telling her how it's going to be. So this will make her feel comfortable, that she knows that you're not a very demanding and controlling person, that you're creating space for her to make decisions. And that's a great way. And that's a great way to start off a relationship, right? Because that's what you're going to need to do as you guys grow together.
I would like, if you don't mind, for you to point me the perceptions. Like when I ask a question, like point me that this is a perception. Because, when one has a cravings for things and fear from things, his mind would start build up countless perceptions to protect itself. So I have seen her for the last 10 days or like 2 weeks, walking with a guy, and that guy brings her and her friend of food, and like even today I saw her with that guy. So what my mind has is perceptions that they could be in a relationship, but what I say, no, they should. That does not make them. That does not mean that they are in a relationship, and they could be just a friend. He is someone who's also trying to get to know her. Maybe. If I were to get to know her, she can choose who is the best, and that's fine, like me or him. But then there is some occurring thoughts that I should like just go away because they are together. He brings her food. He spends some time with her. So, what do you think here?
Yeah, you don't know the truth of whether she's with that guy or not. You have no idea. It could actually even be her cousin or something like this. You don't know. So don't assume. That's the other word for a perception, is don't assume. And if you're interested in this person, go forward, ask her questions, try to build a relationship and see where it goes. You never know. And at the very least, you're gaining wisdom of how to be able to gradually get to know somebody. So even if it doesn't work out with this person, you've at least gained some wisdom of how to gradually walk forward to get to know somebody.
What is preventing me from having a calm and concentrated mind is the giving up on happiness. Like, I have been for years talking to you about this girl thing, and like I have maybe talked to you about this thing for like, I don't know, 1,000 times. So when I keep letting go of the conditioned happiness that I get from maybe thinking or seeing or anything, the mind becomes very sad. Like, Yusuf, if you are going to give up on this conditioned happiness, then what is the meaning of your life anymore? You have gave up on too many cravings now, and you are going to give up on this most beautiful craving you have now. What life are you going to experience? So, yeah.
What you're doing is you're giving up on temporary happiness in order to be able to get permanent happiness. So conditioned happiness is temporary happiness. So therefore it's unsatisfying. What you're walking towards is permanent happiness, unconditioned happiness. So one of the ways to think about this is you're not really giving up anything. What you're doing is you're gaining something. That's what you're doing, is you're gaining a life of peace and joy and happiness. So you need to be able to see that you're giving up the temporary happiness where the mind can only be happy in these situations. And ultimately you're going to get to a point where you can be happy all the time. But that's going to be really far off for you because you're interested in getting a relationship with a woman. You're going to have a family potentially, right? You're going to have many years of going through relationships here, it sounds like. So you're not going to get to enlightenment anytime soon. It's going to be multiple years, if not 10, 15, 20 years from now. Because you're going to have a girlfriend, she's going to be a wife, you're going to have sex, you're going to have children, you're going to have all these things. That's going to take you minimum. I mean, if you were really going through at rocket speed, that's 10 years, but it's going to be, longer than that, most likely, because by the time you guys are in a relationship, you're having sex, you're having children, and then both of you have had enough sex and you've decided to no longer have sex anymore. You might be in your mid 30s, 40s, 50s, who knows? So it's not going to be getting to enlightenment anytime soon. It's going to take you some time. So there's no rush here. Part of you extinguishing this craving for a woman and part of extinguishing this craving for sex with a woman is that you're going to need to fulfill it. That's going to be the way that you're going to end up extinguishing it because your craving is just so strong. It seems like that's the way that you're going to end up extinguishing it.
So you said that I to think instead of me giving up on happiness, I am gaining permanent happiness. But what I usually do is I imagine myself being like a robot, emotionless when I am with them. Because when I imagine myself joking and laughing and going out and playing with her and this kind of stuff, my mind gets the conditioned happiness. But when I imagine myself just emotionless with her, it's fine. Like I am talking to you, talking to her, it's fine, both ways, no difference. My mind gives up on the cravings, get relieved from the craving. But is this unwise? Should I do what you said, that I should be thinking that I am gaining permanent happiness? But what if my mind was happy because I thought of this?
Yeah, that's one of the unknowing of true reality, the lack of wisdom or the ignorance that the unenlightened mind has, is that it thinks an enlightened being is emotionless or not experiencing any kind of pleasure or joy. This is actually not true. It is true that an enlightened being doesn't have emotions, meaning their mind's not going up and down and up and down, but their mind is just always up. It's always cheerful. It's always bright. It's always uplifted, but it's not an emotion anymore. It's just a mental state that you're always maintaining. So an enlightened being is having fun. They're joking, they're laughing, they're having fun, but they're not doing that every single second of every single day. It's just that they can have fun and enjoy anything that they're doing. So you need to be sure you understand the truth that an enlightened being isn't just walking around feeling numb and emotionless. That's not what you would be able to understand as an enlightened being. An enlightened being is going to have plenty of happiness and joy. They can be happy with anything and everything. Me and my son, when we're driving down the road, when we're together, we're laughing and making jokes and having a good old time. But then also other times we're not laughing, we're still enjoying whatever it is that we're doing. Where an unenlightened being can only enjoy when they're laughing and joking. And then when they're not laughing and joking, their mind is somewhere else, maybe sad or frustrated or angry. But by the time you train your mind, you can be laughing and joking. But when you're not laughing and joking, you're still enjoying whatever it is that you're doing. So what you're thinking right now that enlightenment is not 100% true.
Okay, maybe the last question I have I think that this girl, I have talked to her twice. No, one time, only once. And that time I asked her a question for 1 minute and then went away. And I have talked to her multiple times online. So I think if I were to go online more instead of in real life, person to person, that would not be so much fruitful like me behind a telephone texting the girl that I'm interested in instead of showing my face, like my personality, the way I speak, the words I choose, for her to like see this is the individual that is talking to you. And one thing that could be good for her, that this individual is not shy, he can speak clearly, he can speak calmly, he has maybe a strong personality and this kind of stuff. But if he were hiding behind a telephone, he can't do anything because he is hiding. So, would you agree that it would be better person to person instead of like telephone texting? Before you answer, I mean, like right now, like in the future, it's fine for me to text her if we get in a friendship or a relationship, it's fine. But I'm talking about now, like the beginning.
Yes, I agree. But ultimately, like you understand, is you would like to be able to do a combination of all these things. So it's not just one way all the time. But yes, what you're saying is the truth, and that will produce beneficial results for you. Because one of the things that a potential partner really likes in another partner is they like confidence. And when you're confident, not arrogant, not prideful, not conceited, but confident, and you can show up, you can smile, you can be polite, you can be respectful, you can be kind. People really like this. That's the natural laws, right? So if you're practicing what the Buddha taught and you're doing that in person, that will produce significant amount of wholesome karma for you, or wholesome results.
Okay, so no question regarding this. 2 days ago, I drank coffee in the morning, and after like an hour or 2 hours, I drank chocolate, cacao, on an empty stomach. And then my stomach was grrr, and I noticed that my body is shaking. So is it saying that I am sick would be a lie? Now I have searched the meaning of sickness in Arabic, and it says his health has changed and went down after it has been equal or even. So from what I see, it's not a lie to say that I am sick just because my stomach was grrr and I was shaking.
What was happening there is a response to the caffeine and a response to the sugar. And you could just say you don't feel well in that situation. That's a better way to say it, but you wouldn't be lying by saying you feel sick.
Okay. Regarding singleness of mind, when I saw your video regarding development concentration, I was a little bit shocked to know all these kind of informations because I wasn't knowing them before. So like, if I watch, sometimes, when we go to the cinema, we bring popcorn or something to drink and watch the movie. But doing all this would not be singleness of mind,
You mean
eating, drinking, and watching.
you're doing each one of those things at one time, right? If you're putting food into your mouth, you're focused on putting the food into your mouth and you're chewing that. Then when you're done, you're drinking the drink. Then when you're done with that, now you're watching the movie. That's doing one thing at a time.
But if I were like eating, like let's say that this screen is the movie and I was eating and drinking and watching, that would not be singleness of mind.
So the body can do multiple things at a time, but the mind can only be one place at a time, right? So like I can take this right hand and rub my stomach, and I can take this left hand and rub the head, and I can do that. The body can do those two things at one time, and I'm even talking. So there's like three things that the body's doing right here, but the mind is only focused on talking. That's why I can maintain my focus and concentration as I'm talking to you. I'm not stuttering because the body is rubbing its right hand and left hand on those two different locations, but the mind is just focused on one particular thing. So, right? So now if you're taking your hand and you're dipping into the popcorn and you're putting it into the mouth, that's what the body's doing, but the mind might be focused on the movie, right? So the mind is only ever going to be at one place at a time.
Ooh, But if you were to notice that the mind would also turn its focus on the popcorn, like when you pick from the box, you need to have some mindfulness on the box to know where it is and where your mouth is and where the drink is. So the mind will go here and there and here and there. So would that be fine? It's just a small turn for the mind, or that's not beneficial for the mind?
That's not mindfulness, that's concentration. If you're focused on the popcorn and you're focused on the drink, that's concentration. Mindfulness is awareness of the mind. So yeah, you can have, while you're watching the movie, you can have those moments where you're now focused on the popcorn for a couple of seconds as you're reaching in to grab it, and now you're putting it into your mouth. That's normal.
So it's actually like eating and watching a movie, like when you describe it in your episodes, it is fine, but the reason you are describing that as unwholesome, which is us training our mind to, instead of letting go of the boredom, we watch a movie. So it's not like we are not doing right concentration. It is like us, instead of letting go of the boredom, we watch a movie while we eat. And that is the unwholesome here, not the wrong concentration.
What you would like to do is you'd like to be able to train your mind to just sit there and watch the movie. And you'd like to do that for many weeks and many months, to be able to train your mind to just watch the movie, and that's it. And when you can see that your mind's able to do that, then at some point, if you are interested in having some snacks while you're watching the movie, now you can do that, but you know your mind can be completely content without the snacks because you've done that for an extended period of time. So now when you bring in the snacks, your mind is fine with that too. But in each one of these situations, you're just focused on one thing at a time.
Okay. Thank you very much, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so I'm going to end class here by just thanking all of you guys for joining. Thank you for your interest to learn and grow and develop on the path. If you guys would like to learn more, there's many opportunities for you to do that. I teach classes on Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 9 a.m. Thai time and 9 p.m. Thai time. And then I have courses and retreats and various programs throughout the week and throughout the month. You can see our website for more information on this at buddhadailywisdom.com. You'll see all of our opportunities to be able to learn and grow and develop, and they're all available at no cost. And there's even books, videos, podcasts, personal guidance, and all these things available for you. So thank you all for joining, and perhaps I'll see you guys in a future class. Be well and take care. Sawadee ka.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To provide support for this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha. To access more teachings, visit buddhadailywisdom.com. There, you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Remember to establish a daily, consistent meditation practice, along with learning and practicing these teachings. A well-developed meditation practice is the foundation in which to train the mind to attain enlightenment.